friends and Romans, countrymen, welcome back to Imperator Rome. I'm just finishing up renaming some, kind of getting ourselves reorganized a bit. We've got the Obsidio units are now going to be used for whomever is in charge of kind of doing a raid of any sort, or sorry, not a raid, I'm thinking of a siege, right? So if any place has a fort, for example, now I'm sure down here, if we look, level 1 fort, oh, there we go. There's a level 2 in Siculia, level 1 in Siculia as well, and then does Carthage have level 1 or size 2? Okay, so it's a bit of a mix. We'll have to combine those together once we get to where we're going. Carthage itself, I'm curious to see how big Carthage is. It is 43. Oh, that's the civilization value. It has how many populations overall? Can I tell? 34 pops. Yeah, so that's 34 pops compared to Rome. Not that we're measuring or anything, but we are measuring. Okay, Rome's bigger. That's all I need to know. Okay, so let's go ahead and clean up the rest of my crazy organization. We've got the 2nd Legion here, the 1st Legion, and then the 3rd Legion all set, ready to go. Those are going to be our heavy hitters. I'm trying to get the weight right on the 1st Legion. I want to try to make this a bit beefier. So if I get 10 heavy infantry, it's going to be about 15 weight for 10 heavy infantry. If I get 5 light infantry, that should bring it roughly around 17. So I think it's all going to work out okay. We'll find out. I'm sure we'll have fun with it. Lots of things being constructed right now at the moment. We do have another invention ready to go. Happy to look into this. We are about to go get aggressive again. The trireme discipline might be nice. We haven't really done much in terms of sailing yet. Now, do you lose these inventions if you don't get them before the next level? Curious. I'd be interested to see that as well. Civic tech investment. Well, considering civic tech is what we use to get inventions, I think anything that boosts the civic tech advancement is going to be a good idea at this point. We already took the option that reduced the aggressive expansion penalty. You know what? I think we picked something last time, and it's been since replaced by maybe one of the lower inventions available. Maybe that's how it does it. It always shows you a maximum of 3 each, but it shows you the most recent. Maybe, we'll see. Keep that in mind. Civic tech advancement up by 5%, up to 80, which is great because right now our current leader of the research for civic advances kind of sucks, but I don't think we have anyone better. I mean, maybe 80, you know, maybe 8's actually really, really good. Anyway, so go back to my tech screen. Anyone else have a higher score than you? Ooh, Agrippa Sulpicius. This is like an entire lesson in Latin is what this game is, truly. It's disguised as a game, but it's really just learning Latin. He's 16 years old. He has 10 finesse. He's kind of loyal, no corruption. How much will they hate us if we change the researcher? I feel like that's going to be important to have a high-level researcher at all times. We probably don't have anyone into... Yeah, no one's ready with their higher zeal yet. Okay, fair enough. Let's take the trade deal. Absolutely, you can have some delicious Roman wine. Do we have any forts that we can disassemble? Keeping that in mind as well. Why do you have a fort? We really don't need a fort next to Rome. Yeah. And then also, do we incorporate some new of our kind of, we incorporated our subjects, so they probably have some too. Yeah, we'll reduce the fort here. There's one in Velia as well. And there's a couple up here in the mountain passes. I don't really think they're needed this early, especially when we can crush any of these powers. Now, strategically, when we start getting into really big wars, then yes, absolutely, maybe we'll look at building some more. And I should prepare some for Carthage too, right? So in case Carthage comes a-stomping up the peninsula, I can put down, like, for example, this would be a great spot for a fort because it locks down left or right of this city, and they have to pass around a mountain. So they couldn't, if they're coming up the peninsula here, they couldn't get past this particular area without taking the fort, which buys us time, basically. In fact, just in case, and to play it safe and smart, I will order the construction of 1 fort here. Just kidding, I totally won't do that because I'm almost broke. Good to know. Let's go ahead and take a look at what this expansion of tribes is telling us. Since Romulus founded our great city, its citizens have been divided into the tribes. Oh, into tribes. So what does this basically create? 2 more tribes to be named different things to ensure votes are fairly distributed. Expansion of the tribes, provincial loyalty, local population growth. Interesting. I actually didn't know how this worked out. I didn't know this. Is this like their version of the House of Representatives? They just have the Council of Tribes or the Tribal Assembly. So this is what the tribesman culture is from. Because I was wondering, you know, you don't think tribesmen when you think Rome. So that was actually kind of curious to me. New tribes are formed as our citizen population rises to better represent the opinions of the whole republic. So we would get 2 new tribes. Well, it's calculated by doing a provincial loyalty increase and population growth increase. Refuse tribe expansion, wrong culture group happiness. Yeah, I think we're going to stick with the increased provincial loyalty kind of a thing here. Local population growth can't be really... I don't see why it would be bad here. More loyalty and more growth is always good. Okay, maybe it's because it would give somebody else some votes, perhaps. Maybe that's what's going to come back to bite me in the butt. So I'm really drying out the treasury here because we have a massive army. Honestly, to be fair, I'm thinking of conquering the rest of this area. We don't need this big of an army at all, but you know how it goes. Let's go ahead and do a couple things. We're going to raise... Oh, shoot. Have we already raised the taxes? Okay, good. We have not raised the taxes yet. Let's... Oh, we have raised on commerce, though. That's really annoying. If I raise it here, we're going to lose our research points. Let's reduce the fleet maintenance for a bit. That should help out, I think. I hope. Let me get to the next month and see if it's better. So we're back in the green. I'm going to start an aggressive expansion campaign here, because we need to lock down the rest of, I think, Italy to start securing that and getting that all set to go before Rome, and before we go to Carthage. So, all right. I want to focus on Umbria. So Umbria is still, they are still in the defensive league with Picentia, and they only have an alliance with Picentia. They have a truce with Inguania, so they apparently broke their alliance, which is good for us. Do we have a claim? I'm almost positive we would have a claim here. We do, in fact. The Senate is well behind us in declaring war. Excellent. Let's go ahead and position some troops ahead of time. By the way, where are the forts that I need to worry about? No forts. Only over here in Picentium and at the coastal area. Oh, this isn't even the city that I'd be targeting. Oh, wow, it's going to be a sweep here, I think. All right, we'll put the legions on the borders. I'm going to use them to kind of push through and find any targets to kill. Now, so you're at 15,000 troops. I'll say double up the heavy infantry on this particular one. Oh, flanks. Sorry, let's put light infantry on the flank, I suppose. And what's your overall supply? 17. That's about where we thought it would be. So you're about the same weight as all the other legions. So we'll use you to plow through the peninsula as well. The other legion that's sitting here. Oh, we've got a cavalry unit. And then we've got a stack of an almost finished... God, I have legions all over the place. We'll give this to Publius Cornelius. You know, hang on a minute. Let me go back to that. This is a very much horse-focused. Going to be light horse, I think. So I want to give aggressive to the command of this legion to this gentleman who's got light cavalry discipline higher. Because eventually I want to fill this out with more light cavalry and use them as a scout. And then for the other legion that we just have, we'll give it to whoever just left. Oh, it was us. Hey, how about that? So let's take these groups and maybe head down this direction, because I want to start wrapping up the rest of the peninsula. Ooh, you've got a nasty stack. Apulia has 19k. So we'll have to beat that pretty quick. Well, maybe we won't be going too far down there. Oh, interesting. Aulus Virginius was killed in a freak accident at the age of 74. He's the head of the Virginii family. Rip. Do we have a table? Oh, yeah, we have an opening here on the council. He was the doctor and he was killed in a freak accident. Well, at least he wasn't killed from bad health. All right, so we've got a couple folks with really low loyalty. Oh, sorry, popularity, not loyalty. You are part of a scorned family, so I can see that actually right here in the tooltip. So I will go ahead and give the role of Vulnerarius to Neas here. There we go. That should make his family a little bit happier. In fact, I'm going to keep... well, not in fact because of him, but I want to... Are you our allies here? Oh, Sabinia? Do I even need anything to go to war with you? Can I just, like, stomp on your face? Do you have any units? What you have 14 cohorts ready. You are at war currently, so you're probably away from home, and you're in a defensive league with Iconia and Sinonia. I mean, this could be a nice war that encompasses the entire area, and we just wipe them all out. So if I go to war with Sabinia, I can plow through their territory and get a position on Picentia here, right? And then we can just sweep across or sweep to the north of the entire peninsula and just murder everyone as we go. I think I like that idea. Let's do... You're a fort, so we're going to have a stack there. But the light infantry, the light horse, can take this unit over, this area over. We'll send Obsidio 2 to take this fort here. Okie dokie. That works for me. Let's speed things up. It's been going pretty slow. Sorry about that, guys. We are learning a lot as we go. There's a lot of this, a lot to Imperator Rome that we don't know yet. And they will no doubt have to find... Oh, you just built a fort right in my face. Very, very rude. Not appreciated at all. Get there. Perfect. Right, so we are ready to go to war, I think, with Sabinia. We have the backing of the Senate behind us. Enemy allies, they're going to have a crap ton of allies. So we are going to get Iguania back in the war. Phryniassia is up here, and Gunwatia. Sure, Gunwatia's up here as well. We have allies, it's only... Oh, they're actually going to choose us over... Oh, it's Frentania versus Frentiatia. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm dying right now. We're almost actually done incorporating them into our into Rome as well anyway, so that shouldn't be too big of a deal. All right, let us once again sound the drums and march to war. I felt like a Hearts of Iron attack there, just launching all your units across the border. I'm going to keep these legions... Oh, I somehow accidentally stacked a bunch together. We don't want that. We don't want wasted troops at all. We are going to run out of manpower at the end of this giant conflict. I have no doubt about that. All right, we'll start the process of getting this fort down a bit. And then we'll see how they respond. And once I know a little bit more about where the stacks are, we'll go to war with Umbria. I just want a little bit more... What in the world? Hello? Did you just sneak around behind me? Or what in the world is this? That is hilarious. Ninjas everywhere. Let's send our cavalry unit out to scout that. What in the heck is happening here? Is it a stealth invasion? Well, okay, this... Someone has to explain this. Is this like some kind of creep? What in the world? Is it because it's a fort? It's bordering a fort. That might be related. It was... These are all units that are adjacent to a fort. So is it somehow like the fort spreads its influence and automatically captures a territory that doesn't have anyone in it? Oh, this is so weird. All right, I'm going to accept some trade offers, get more money. Starving populations. Are these all the ones that are... Yeah, they are. What in the world is happening here? All this... Oh, is it a slave rebellion that I couldn't see? Interesting. I can't see the province anymore because we've got this. Begun voicing his opinion in support of Publius Cornelius Barbatus whenever the Senate assembles. We shall put up with it. We become friends. Another yes man. I mean, sure, whatever. Loyalty and a friend. Why not? I'm sure he's only out for our well-being. Maybe it was some kind of a slave uprising. I didn't see any warning about it, so I would think that I would get something. But... Because it says they're all starving, right? But you're only starving when you lose population. Oh no, you've actually got 6 slaves here. What is going on? Impact on provincial loyalty. Yeah, sorry, I really don't know what's happening here. So if anyone's familiar with it, let me know. I'm sure there's a mechanic that I missed in a pop-up that would explain this. So we'll get there one day. This is the most exciting part of the game. I know. Very much EU4. You do a lot of your planning beforehand and try to make your moves all at once, and then, oh, okay, it's done, and, you know, we're moving on from there. We can afford an invention. I think at this point I'm going to go ahead and grab this since I keep putting it off. This will reduce the impact of our final aggressive expansion score after all is said and done. Move the troops back in here and take out this group of archers. We should be able to mow them down. When we do bonus versus archers, yes, in fact, we do a crap ton of bonus against archers. Excelente. We're all good here. What are you guys doing? You coming to visit us? The enemy approaches. Are you guys at war too? Oh, because that's freaking hilarious. Hang on a minute. Did you guys go to... Isn't that... Oh, that's Akana. I thought that was the... Okay, there we go. Akana looks like Umbra. That's why I was a bit confused. Alright, so the siege of Nequinium is over with. We're waiting to finish this siege out. And then I think I'm going to push my stacks in to Picentium here, as well as move the main legion into Umbria as well. I want to get this section cleaned up. That way we can move our armies between the mainland of Italy here once the campaign moves on from there. Is this our territory here? Do we own this? No, none of us own this section. This is Umbria here. So I'll probably the light cavalry through the middle. There's another fort that needs to be conquered, so I'll move Obsidio 2 into that. This is our main legion. Oh, what the world? I just called it L. Legio, yes. I don't know what it's going to be called yet, so we'll just put that on there. Our 1st, 2nd, and 3rd legions are all in the front line of Umbria, so we're ready for that battle once that comes. All right, speeding back up again. We have another death. It is a succumbed to old wounds at the age of 75. He was the researcher, which is kind of unfortunate. That is a researcher needed for martial advances, so no one's quite as good as he was. Do we have any generals available? Or maybe when you're a general, you can't be a researcher at the same time. So should we free up our best military mind? Which is, that's a 9. Oh, that's not even our units here. There we go. It'd be up here, wouldn't it? So if I fire Quintus, if I pick the next best thing, Quintus Tremulus, is the other Quintus available now as a martial researcher? Yes. Okay, so you cannot be both a researcher and a general. So we are going to say, thank you so much for leading our armies, but we need your mind back home in Rome. Please, and thank you for your service to Rome. Excellent. By the way, what happens when we go to war with Umbria and we're all stacked together? Publius has approached Publius, another Publius, Cornelius, and Sempronius, reminding him of past favors done for us by the civic faction. Oh, that's funny. Didn't we... Wasn't this reversed? Like, we took the favors a while ago? Publius is quite insistent that we repay the debt we owe to them. So, only fair. Rome owes the civic faction 1 favor. Gains popularity. That's the general of the 1st Legion. Oh, he gains popularity and prominence. Oh, reduce this... Okay, sorry, I got it backwards. Rome currently owes a civic favor by 1. This will reduce that favor by 1. So he'll have used his favor to basically make him more popular. I mean, I always liked him. That's fine. Are we friends at all? Are we friends? I don't think so. Send platitudes. He will lose loyalty, or we promise nothing. Lose a stability value. That's really harsh. So you really want to be careful about giving your favors out to different cultures here. Now, they've got a 21,000 stack in the mountains. They're all, well, everyone's here basically starving because we're all stacked on top of each other. I could pin this unit in by bringing a bunch of my legions in. The sacking of Interamnia, we are going to say, let the looting be gentle to gain some popularity, I think. Wait, who is it? Cornelii? He is our leader. The consul would gain popularity and money. Becomes loyal, and someone is killed and he gains cruel. I think I'm going to say let the men roam freely. Get a little bit of loyalty here. Let's let Umbria return back to the main area, because I would rather hit Umbria in the field than in the mountains. So we're going to try to do the whole choose your battle thing. We'll let Umbria sneak away to wherever they're going. And then we're going to stab them in the back. Okay, I think that works enough for us. We've got a lot of ground to cover. I do want to break that Umbrian army as soon as I can. I also don't want that army to, our army of 7,000 to encounter them over here on this end. So I'm giving them a bit of time. I'm guessing they're going to return back somewhere. Part of Umbria occupied by Ankoa. They're probably heading back in this direction. So, now, can I go to war again? Even though we're already at war. Yeah, you guys are fine with it. You're like, yeah, sure, no worries. So in this one, we're going to have the enemy allies as Paisentia. Do we have any Paisentian troops? No. None of them are present. There is a stack of Umbrian troops here. Let's do it. To war, we say. To war. Excellent. We're going to move right in, I think, and cut off Aternum. Atrenum or Aternum? Aternum, okay. We'll move our cavalry up a little bit. We're going to move the rest of our units in a little more. So, where is something to capture? I think I'm going to put you here and have you block this territory. Oh, it's just occupied by Phoenicia, so these are going to be enemies too. I guess we'll just move on in a bit and see if we can find some enemies to play with. I guess I should actually look at maybe getting another few scouts, but we're a little bit low on money. I'll tell you what, let's do this. Let's build 2 light cavalry, the auxiliary. And I'll use them as a scouting force. Okay, there's another, I think that's actually 2 separate stacks of 5,000. They're moving back into mainland Umbria, which is what I was hoping for. I'm going to keep my horses here tucked away, nice and safe for just a second. Oh, you know what? We're not going to be able to go anywhere here because there's 2 forts pinching us. So I'm going to have to come back and take Aternum. I'm going to move some of our units a little bit farther up. So if we pin one down, if one of our legions gets pinned down in battle, the rest can come reinforce. We got a little bit tagged with the stack here. This is 2 separate powers. Turtle versus our shock action. So they're going to be doing a little bit better than us, but we should have the numbers by far. I'll go ahead and commit the 1st Legion as well to that battle. I don't really want them fighting us in the hills, though. I'm not a huge fan of that idea. They don't quite know what to do. I'm going to send the 2nd Legion across the river. Oh, I can't because it's, we've got forts all over the place, don't we? What in the world? Where's all the zones of control? You're controlling both of these. Oh, I'd have to come in at a completely different angle to do that, huh? Alright, forts are a pain in the butt. I mean, it works. That's what a fort should do. It's acting as a, you know, an area of control, so it makes sense. We're still waiting on the 2 horse legions. I think I'm going to pull the 3rd Legion and let them start doing independent operations so they can maybe get some territory behind us as we move forward to go from fort to fort. You know what? I don't actually want you going further this way. I'm going to have you go this way instead. I hate using a 15,000 stack to capture, you know, meager territory. I could use 1,000 troops to do that. There is an election soon for the next consul. I think I'm going to go ahead and say, let's see if we can't do dictator. We can't still, because not a lot of people are happy with us. That's fine. I guess we'll just let the elections roll over. That shouldn't be the end of the world for us. It'll just, you know, change who the leader is. Let's move in and recapture some of this territory. In fact, you both are independent. Let's do this. Let's give you both some... Do we have like a young... Here we go. Let's give you both a young commander. And you both are going to go on independent operations for a bit. And I assume that means that they're going to be smart and try to get territory that is, you know, that's basically available to us. Let's bring the 3rd Legion up. Let's go ahead and bring the 1st Legion up as well. Can't do anything until some of these forts are taken. We have a fort-taking unit somewhere over here, don't we? A new ruler, Marcus Fulvius Corvus, is of the religious faction. He's unnoticeable, stubborn, and good-natured. Welcome to the leadership of Rome. Have a cookie. Oh, we're at war with Phrynicia, aren't we? Phrynicia? I'm going to go ahead and have this Obsidio unit. Ooh, it's a nasty stack. Did I already commit to this? No, I have not. I do want to make sure I win all my battles kind of overwhelmingly so we don't have that many losses. So I'm going to go ahead and do a forced march. We are already at full morale. I mean, sure, if you want to come in here and let us fight a defensive battle, I'm all for that. A little nervous about this stack because if they gang up on us and attack us at the city of Eternum, that might be a pain in the butt. We've got a large-sized 14,000, it looks like. That's something we can hold if it's in the mountains. 6,000 here. I committed. Where's my other legion at? Where am I missing? I've lost a legion. Oh, you're doing some crazy route to get out of all the restricted area. Let's bring you next to the 3rd Legion so we can back you up. Yep, in fact, they are coming to attack. Let's go ahead and do a forced march here. Not that. I don't think we're going to get there in time. We could send... We'll send our unit of cavalry to reinforce, and I can't get past here, though, unfortunately, so that's fine. Let's do the 1st Legion up the coastline. I'll send our unit of Obsidio here to capture the fort. They stopped the battle, so they do not want to fight a defensive battle, it looks like, in the mountains. That means I don't really have to do the reinforced march. We'll send you guys back here. Oh, we had a battle I didn't even pay attention to. Was it this one over here? Oh, it just like insta-popped. That was so fast, it just happened. Okay, cool. So we basically broke in and shattered that army. I will move the 1st Legion back up to support into the hills. There we go. They're a little bit slower now. They took their time, and now they stacked up a bit more. And now they're coming to go to war with us. This is going to happen on 7 December. So I'd like to wait until they're committed before I send my reinforcements in here. And I'm going to put them both on forced march so they come through as quick as possible. Oh, you know what? I'm so dumb. As soon as they hit their locked-in movement, I could have sent my units in. I should have done that instead. Okay. Either way, we should have this no problem, I'm hoping, if they hold out long enough. We have the higher morale. We're losing evenly in terms of troop numbers, so that means that they would have the advantage because they have an overall number. We're going to get there to reinforce on the 16th of December and then the 20th of December. So we might have this. It's a little bit close. Yeah, there we go. Hey, a higher general. It actually must be the person who's the best skilled, because we had somebody else take over the battle. Excellent. I think that was the main Umbrian army there. 10,000 troops, and then some supporting troops from other armies. Here's the Picentian army. I think at this point I can go ahead and sweep from the hills and bring the rest of the legions in to bear. Let's bring you in. Let's turn forced march off. Oh, you're already off. That's Legion 3. We can't go anywhere, though, because of the stupid forts. So I'm stuck a bit. We'll let the 2nd Legion come back into friendly territory a bit. Send you back on independent operations. So you guys are going to be moving up into the mountains here. I don't like that as much. Let's go ahead and see if I can't counter that move. It's a bit long to go. I have no one down this side, do I? Not really. I don't want them to come through the mountains and then just be in our back areas and sack Rome. So let me go ahead and give this legion a forced march order over to Cures. And we'll kind of plug the gap in the mountain to make sure that the enemy troops stay there. Alright, you're sieging that city, that's fine. I think we've basically broken the resistance of any of the larger enemies right now. What I don't quite understand, it looks like you could have to micromanage them. I did give this legion, this is the random cavalry unit, I gave them an order to do their independent operations. I was kind of hoping they would go capture territory on their own, but it looks like they are coming to help out. So you might have to micro some of that activity a bit if you're interested in, letting your smaller units capture behind you. You'll probably have to send the smaller units yourself. Legio, yes, is doing fine down here. Yeah, to turn them. The enemy troops are in the hillside, but they kind of look like they're confused. They don't know where to go. I wonder if the mercenary units would help defend Rome if it got attacked. Or if we'd have to buy them, which we couldn't even afford. Hey, while we're at war, our aggressive expansion has almost gone down. We have a new invention. Grain rations, national population growth a bit. Omen duration, fug. Nice. Oh, fugitives. Primary culture, happiness up. Monthly tyranny reduction, capital import. I think I'm going to take the professional sailors. I know it's a bit early and we don't really have any sailor related activities going on right now, but I feel like that would not be a bad thing to get while we can get it. In case we have to go to war and fight on the boots, we'll have some strong boot sailors, yeah? Yeah. Second Legion has arrived back in Roman territory. I'm going to have them push through the forest a bit. See if we can't squeeze out the Umbrian forces that are waiting for us here. I think we pretty much got this locked down. Once these units start capturing this territory, I'll have them move up here into Phoenicia. We'll also conquer... Oh, this is our territory that's been captured, actually. The Siege of Plestia has been won. Where was that at? Right here? Okay, so we can move in finally. Now, you are a 6,000 sized light unit against 3, 1, and 1. I think what I'll do is I'll try to pincher this group. I'll pincher them down with the Obsidio 2, and then I'll bring in the main Legion here if they don't run. Let's see, are they faster than we are? 24th of May, 14th of May. Can I force march it in? 18 May, still 14 May. Okay, that's fine. We'll just move on in here. I'm going to move my 15,000 stack through the new opening because we killed that fort. So it's no longer keeping us in check. Move up our other horse units to free our territories that were under foreign occupation. Move this legion down as well. Cool. Everything is coming up. Romans. Love it. A Tyrannum has finally been won. Was that this one down here? It was. We'll have them move up the coastline. Ooh, there we go. There's another stack. This could be a nasty stack if they get together. But we've got 7,000, 12,000 here. We've got a stack of 6,000 Obsidio. And we have our main legion who is still sieging. Oop, someone's coming to visit. Why are you moving up here? I don't really think that'd be a smart move for you. We don't have anyone to plug the gap, though, so I guess I'll keep the first legion behind. I'll tell you what, actually. That's a fort there. That's gonna lock all this down. Let's do this. Let's have our Obsidio 2 unit plug this gap to make sure they can't sneak by us, and then we'll reinforce this upcoming battle here with the First Legion. Looks like we're going to have a battle at Ancon. Yeah. I mean, if they'd be smart, they would. I should probably do it now, but I want to wait for the First Legion to help out. Alright, you've successfully freed that area. Let's go ahead and take over. Oh, there's another place to get territory with. We'll let this unit take over this fort in just a bit, and I'll send you here to free up that territory that's being occupied as well. Alright, it looks like they're going to stack. Wait a minute, why can't we move into this territory? Oh, there's a fort here I didn't even see. That's annoying. I could... Okay, we can't... let's stack here and we'll go into the main battle is what we'll do. I'll send this unit... we'll rename you guys as Obsidio 3. So you'll siege here. You're going to come around to Septemta. And we'll all get up together and hit this particular province with a hammer. We're going to eat a little bit of attrition because we're going to be kind of overweight for a second or two. Am I paused? I think I am paused. There we go. I'm like staring at it, waiting for movement to happen, but none is happening. This might be a little bit longer of an episode. We'll try to get this war wrapped up. The Siege of Luke is won. Let's go ahead and move you guys over to Visal. Visal. There was the plugging of the gap. Eguvium, we have won the battle. That was right here. You'll retake that territory, I'm assuming. Excellent. We got 2 legions ready to go. They're all eating a crap ton of attrition. So that's 26,000 troops versus 15,000. I think we can do this one. I think we can. You both are on shock probably because we haven't really ever changed that. I'm really curious to see how my double Principe cohort will basically fare here. Imminent battle, our side might win. We have a stronger army, higher morale, better quality. Their commander is a little bit better than our commander. So we are way outnumbering them. We have a much higher morale bonus. They did go into bottleneck, which is reducing the effectiveness of our shock action. So we're going to be 10% less effective. Shock action has a 10%. So that's actually pretty strong overall. I mean, especially if you've got an even split, I could see that's being a big deal. So, I mean, it does kind of, you know, it makes sense how it represents units taking chances, I suppose, or not knowing what the enemy is going to do. It does make a little bit of sense. Let's keep the 1st Legion here, and I'll move the 2nd Legion into the forest so they can respond to either direction if this unit decides to move out. This stack is going to be dangerous until we can actually kill them. Peace. Hang on a minute. What does this mean? Oh. The civic and religious factions have often been at odds. Rome owes the civic faction 0 currently. This would raise it, and they're going to back us. Yeah, I don't really think I need to back this, and we already used your 1 favor. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do sorry. He's going to lose some loyalty, but you can't... I mean, you were already consul. You can't get too disloyal, right? It's Rome, man. It's Rome. It's your home. We got an omen. Why don't we do more expansion reduction? Because we're about to get a crap ton more expansion once we finish all of our wars here. We actually have almost completely finished the Umbrian War. So as soon as this goes down... Wait, have we already got it? Can I sue for peace right now? Picenum has to be occupied. The capital, Picenum. Up here? This is the capital of Ancon. Oh, here it is. I think this is what I have to get next. Oh, no, I don't. I have to get Picenum as the capital of Picenum. So I have to get this particular tile, but unfortunately, it's actually defended by 2 separate forts. So whenever either of these forts goes down, I should be able to take that over, except now they're all moving through, which is really, really annoying. I can't get here at all, can I? No. That's mildly irritating. But if they're going to get stuck down there, we're going to have our siege done, I hope, before their siege finishes. This one's almost finished off, too. Speed life up a little bit. Let's move you out of the way. Ooh, shoot, you're actually going to get caught out, aren't you? You should be faster because you're a horse unit. You're a horse. We got 6,000. We got a siege here. We got a siege here. I'll tell you what, let's trade out the siege. Ooh, you're actually a bigger stack now. Peace imminent. Oh, we may get our war goal automatically enforced in the following war. The First Roman Sabinian War. When 905 days have passed, with no contest over the war goal, Rome may get province of Etruria in an enforced peace. That's the one I was talking about in the first episode, where if you've already basically gotten your war goal, there is a chance that it'll force you to peace. But I think we should be able to hopefully capture this within a year. I'm in a bit of an awkward spot now because we've got 3 separate sieges going on. This unit's just waiting here to pounce the Iconian enemies. You know what? Ooh, why are we going to lose this? Oh, they're committing to this? I'll tell you what, we can... I'll leave this for later. Let's pull this fight out. Let's do... Oh, you know what? Yeah, we'll do this. We'll reinforce with a forced march. I don't think they're going to get there in time. Let's move you guys, since you're already off target. Let's move you all the way down here, and we'll eventually come crush the remaining Umbrian power. You're moving to here. That's fine. I need to move you guys way farther down south, I think. I need to get somebody down south, it looks like. I can't really have my horsemen getting beat up here. Currently, we're going to lose this war. They are committed now, so I will go ahead and commit my Obsidio 2 to reinforce and help. I'll go ahead and do that on a forced march as well, so it gets there a little bit quicker. Our side might lose, so it still does not give us a lot of faith. How long is it going to take you to get here? This might be a rough battle for us. Yeah, I really need to change that shock action. They've done that a bunch of times now, so they're getting pretty smart about it. We are less morale than they are. All right, there we go. We've got more. We are 1.18, 1.81 out of their 2.3. We are losing more than they are losing, I think. So this is not looking good. This might be the first Roman loss in the history of Roman warfare. Oh, hang on a minute. We're holding on by our dear lives here. You're going to commit by 31 December into Arnborn. So as soon as you commit, we'll be fine. I actually think we've got this. There we go. A little bit lucky there. Pretty close. Alright. That battle's pretty much wrapped up. We're all set. As soon as they get crushed, I'll continue the siege, I think. We don't have to go anywhere. I'll move one of the armies down south or west to counter this Iguanian push. Iguana. Nice. Yes, we accept. Thank you so much. Once we can get to Picenum, we'll make life a lot easier for us, too. We could get to Icenium if we peace out with Iconia, but we don't have enough Icona's territory. It's really hard to say. Alright, you are a small scout group. We're going to meet you back up with this group, so you guys can be some kind of a force. We have Obsidio 2, and then who else do we have? I should have another unit here somewhere. Legio 2. Yeah, there we go. The second Legion, I'm going to move you down here to Pisna to block that path. We are 88 days into our forced peace, and we have 21% on one of these sieges. I did stop the siege at Ancon, which is probably not the smartest, but we won the battle that I needed to win. And now, we basically have the enemy pushed into one particular area. Although if they all move out, they're gonna win, beat that battle, or beat us in the battle. I might reinforce them with this soon-to-be formed group. There we go. Let's go ahead and move you guys over here. You'll be the reinforcement for the First Legion. That's an extra 5,000 troops. That should even the playing field. And in fact, I'm going to change the stupid action to bottleneck, because they keep doing the same thing to us. So I think if we use it, against each other, it evens out. Okay, so the Battle of... Oh, look, the Siege of Orenborn is finally won, which is what we wanted. I can go ahead and commit this group to the Siege of Ancon. Let's do this. Let's capture a couple more pieces of territory here before I finish that off. This is the one thing we need. All we need is this. Then we get to Picenum. Then we go ahead and peace out with Umbria. And then we finish off the rest of this battle. We do have to go quite a bit this direction. So we're waiting on that. Actually, we have so many troops here. Let's go ahead and just start marching that way. No, we don't want that. We will take your free invention. Monthly loyalty. I do think I like... change governor policy cost by 20%. No, I think we're going to take the patronage for loyalty. Yeah, that's overall loyalty. That's going to be pretty strong. Oh, military tech investment might not be bad again. We already took that once, didn't we? No, we did not. I think I'm okay. Our military advances are higher than... Ooh, you know what? We're about to get another advancement on military, so let's see what the next level unlocks for us. Didn't even see this battle. Whoops. Hey, we won. Okay, let's mix these two up so they can hopefully siege that area. We won the Battle of Luna, so we crushed the Iguanians. We crushed the Iguanians in their tracks. Martial advances done. Okay, so let's look at the invention tree. We have sappers now, fort defense, and material science. So it does basically override your older inventions. So it's giving you access to the higher level inventions first. Military tradition cost is going to be nice. We are almost at the point where we can afford another tradition. So reducing that cost is going to help us out. In fact, if I do this now, we're going to immediately be able to take a tradition, which is really, really helpful. I would love the siege stuff right now, wouldn't... Yeah, boy, that would be really nice. What does the build road do? A road will be created from this location when the unit reaches its next location. What is a road? It just increases the efficiency of any offensive operation. So really, we want to have this by the time we get into Gaul, right? Because that's, we're going to be levying a lot of our, raising a lot of our legions here in Italy and having to move them all the way up north or, wherever we happen to be going. So roads are going to be important, but at the moment, I think that the March of the Eagles, more morale is going to be very, very strong. Triarii, that's interesting. Triarii is actually a separate unit type. It's a separate class of troops. historically the Triarii were kind of the richest, the oldest, the most experienced of the troops, and they normally had some of the best equipment, and they were the last in line of a Roman army. So if the war was going poorly, if the battle was going poorly, they would said to be going to the Triarii. Basically, you're at the end of the rope. You know, you're pushed against the edge. The siege of Asculum is finished. Let's go ahead and take Picenum. That should wrap up this battle with Umbria. It should actually just kill this stack too. Although we might have to re-siege this. That'll be super annoying. Can I just, tell you what, let's commit you two together. Can I not move you? There you go. I'm going to have to take the war to them to interrupt this siege, I think. That way we can get our siege done. And peace out without having to delay this any longer. We should be strong enough, though, for sure. What do they have? They've got a good mix of everything. They got mostly light, though. Yeah, we should have this one in the bag. How long is this going to take? 20 days? This is one of the laws that's going to be forced through if we allow it through. So this will be Legis Actiones, which is one of these things here. We could pass it manually. I do like that some of the events will force it through. Legus? It's probably Legus, I'm pretty sure, is how the G's are pronounced. Either way. This is going to rise in populist faction influence. I haven't really checked the balance of power in the Senate. Very heavy into the military faction. So I'm okay with raising the populist faction a bit. Otherwise, we get a bunch of negative stuff. This is all. Everyone's happy. Transparency good. Yes. Okay. Let's go ahead and commit our stack to the reinforcement of Aeternum. Okay, there we go. Actually, we just finished capturing Picentium. I think we're good. That's all we needed was to get Picentium in order to demand all of the Umbrian territory. And we're going to take all of your money, two. Perfect. All right. That looks good to me. Who else did we get from here? Yeah, Picentia, which is over here. Cool. So we go ahead and forced our... we forced the peace for Etrusca as the largest city in the province of Etruria. Plestia plays an essential role in controlling the area. Good, more Romans. We lose 100 civic power. Up to 20% of the population will become Roman. Yeah, absolutely. Right off the bat, I will spend money to get that done, or civic power to get that done. We are in the hole now, so we'll have to owe ourselves a little bit of civic power. And banish those of class, banish those of class. Got quite a bit of aggressive expansion from that, but that's okay. That's all right. Good, excellent. This is a great step to securing the Italian peninsula. We're almost there. All we have to do now is finish off the remainder of the original war here with Sabinia. And then, my friends, we'll turn our eyes to the rest of Italy and then to Carthage. Thank you all so much for joining me for this episode of Imperator Rome. My name has been Tobal, is Tobal, and I will see you next time.